Commence primary ignition.
For Tuesday, July 14th, 2020, it's the Serenno Squadcast, the official podcast of the Serenno Squad.
You don't salute us. We work for a living. We're not officers.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the podcast. Today, we've got the whole crew. We've got Evan. We've got Paul.
Hey.
And we've got Wayne. He is looking for Wayne.
Oh.
There he is.
Sorry.
Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
I'm good. It's a day.
Yep.
It's a day that ends in day.
A day that ends in day. Oh, I can't believe I haven't heard that one yet. But
I'm enjoying my time off, whereas I can sit on my couch all day long instead of just for 3 hours.
I need a break. I've been working too hard.
Me too.
Wayne, you've been working hard?
I don't even want to talk about that.
Fair enough. All right, well, let's just get right into it today with our top story. Top story.
Excuse me, that's the wrong franchise.
I think I don't care.
Okay, so this week's top story, everybody's got to be excited about the announcement of the new Bad Batch series.
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling about that when they did the episodes. When they didn't do that by accident.
Yeah, it seemed pretty. I mean, all the design work that they did with each one of those costumes, like really for 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Come
And we knew it was coming. We talked about it, and it was just one of those things where if you were going to do anything, that would be a good place to start with another
I think
series.
Paul tipped us off like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Paul.
there was a rumor, like, I don't know, I remember hearing something a couple weeks ago that was a kind of what they call a backdoor pilot. Kind of see how people react to these characters. But
And it's all the same people. Well, you sent us a picture of all of the voice actors
yes.
for the Bad Batch, and it was multiple pictures of the same guy.
Yeah, it's
D. Bradley Baker.
Baker.
Who was that?
D. Bradley Baker, D. Bradley Baker, D. Bradley Baker, D. Bradley Baker, and D. Bradley Baker.
Wow.
With special guest star Tom Post.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of the same people who did Clone Wars and Rebels and Resistance. It's all the same people.
The
I'm
game's
just
all
excited
back.
to be getting more clones.
Yep.
Yes.
Now, they do say that it's going to be a post-Clone War era series.
Yes.
So, will we see clones? And what clones will we see?
Well, we're gonna see.
If we
5
do
clones
see
at
them, they'll
least.
We're
be
going to see
bad.
5.
I'm genuinely curious as to see how did the Bad Batch handle Order 66.
Yes.
Did they do it?
I don't.
Do they even have functioning chips in their heads?
I don't think so.
That kind of stuff is where I'm really interested.
Or did they just not work? Maybe they were so different than the rest of the other clones that something along the way happened where it just maybe didn't click the way it did with the other clones. It's all sorts of different.
Because they're so different. Does the
They're
program
so
even work on them?
Yeah. And these guys, they were designed specifically for specific skills and careers, kind of. You got like a sniper, you've got the like almost heavy duty demolition guy, you've got the tech guy, you've got everybody with their strong suits. These guys weren't necessarily a bad batch.
They were mutations and experiments to see how they could change the clones or things that, and these are ones that came out mostly positive.
Ooh, maybe we'll see the ones that didn't come out so well.
I was about to say more bad batches. I don't know.
Like 99.
Yeah. And I'm sure we talked about this before. They're called Clone Force 99.
Yes.
They're specifically called that because of 99 from the other episodes.
Right. Now, was he an experiment or was he a bad batch? I mean,
He was a bad batch.
that's what they kind of made him out to be, is where he could have been great, but because of how things worked out, it's just they're not going to even give him a chance
Nope.
until the end. Then he helped save the day in an episode. Good
And has
stuff.
and has one of the saddest deaths.
Yeah, I just really sad.
Spoiler alert for an 8-year-old TV show.
Yeah, Clone Wars goes there. They really do. They get kind of dark and kind of real, serious, you know?
Yeah.
So anything else on Bad Batch you guys hear about? Now, yeah, so it's going to be in the, after the Clone Wars, it's going to be different missions that these guys are going on. So I wonder who they're working for. I wonder if there's a resistance thing going on yet, if they're rebels. What's the deal?
I think they'll be mercenaries.
Oh,
I think the press release said something about mercenaries, almost like the A-Team in space.
and so
That'd be pretty cool.
Echo's going to be with them, right?
Presumably, yeah.
Oh,
He joined
yeah.
He joined
Yeah,
it from the end, the last
Yep.
episode.
So we're going to probably see Echo. That'll be really cool to see where he goes.
Yeah.
I wonder if he got any like superpowers from his like horrible torture, whatever that was.
He's got a screwdriver hand.
Yeah, that's right. It's like a jackhammer. Yeah, that'll be useful. That's awesome.
Yeah, so go around tightening everybody's cabinets.
Anybody need anything tightened? Okay. But so we've got the Bad Batch series, and then also another top story, the announcement of the new Thrawn novel, or is this a new series of novels?
I think it's a series.
It's a trilogy, right?
I think
the
so.
First one. Yeah.
Timothy Zahn, the guy who wrote or came up with this here series, he has been writing Star Wars stories since like the 90s, and writing since the 80s, I think, maybe even further back. So he's got a lot of experience.
It's called Thrawn Ascendancy.
Yeah, Chaos Rising.
Oh, yeah, Thrawn
Ascendancy, Chaos Rising.
Yes, I think.
So he's
give it another title.
Yeah, he is already responsible for writing the rest of the Thrawn books.
Okay,
series.
so the new trilogy is Thrawn Ascendancy, and book 1 is Chaos Rising.
Okay, cool. So this is a whole new series, even though this same guy has written the other novels on Thrawn. So he must be the Thrawn man.
He definitely is.
You could argue that we are here celebrating Star Wars because of him.
Yeah.
He wrote the Thrawn. He wrote the original Thrawn trilogy back in 91, 92, something like that.
That was in the 90s?
Yeah, and that was Heir to the Empire, Dark Force Rising, and Last Command. And they were so insanely popular that they kind of brought Star Wars back into the spotlight.
Wow. In the 90s, you're saying they brought them back into the spotlight? So they might have brought back the special editions and all that good stuff, maybe? And the power of the Force?
All of that may have
been rekindled by that.
Yeah, you could argue that showed everyone in power and all the money people like, hey, Star Wars is still a viable thing.
Right. That's crazy to think that back then, because really it doesn't seem like that's ever been the case until recently. Now it's just I feel like it's all about the money. And so they're with Disney and everything like that. So as long as they can make money, they're gonna make the content. So, but that's interesting to think that a Thrawn trilogy could do that, because not too many people know about Thrawn. Unless you've watched the Rebels series, you really don't see him in any other shows or films, right?
Yeah, that's his only appearance outside of a novel or a comic book adaptation of a novel.
Right. Super awesome character. He's really strategic. He's like a mix of good and bad. He's like he's willing to almost join the ideals of the other side to get inside and infiltrate from within, kind of. So he's
what do you think Thrawn would be? Would Thrawn be like, would he be lawful evil, or would he be like lawful neutral? Because I wouldn't say he's good.
No, he's not good, but like he'll work with you.
Like, I wonder where he would be on the like the D&D chart.
Oh, there's a D&D chart. I need to look at that.
Lawful evil sounds right, because he doesn't seem like the type who will like do anything crazy like excessive torture or anything that you would qualify like that. I mean, he's done bad stuff, but he's not gonna, you don't see a whole lot of that. He's more calculating and just being like, I have a set of goals that need to be met.
He would be like chaotic neutral. Because I feel like he's not with the Empire because he's bad. He's with the Empire for his own ends.
That's what it seems like.
That's a good point too.
It's like he doesn't really take alliance to either side.
Yeah, and you don't know. I'm gonna stick with chaotic neutral.
But of course, he does join the Empire just because of all the influence and everything. So I feel like he's using the Empire to get like kind of like what you said, Evan, like to get his what he wants. And he collects all those artifacts and stuff. He's got other things going on. He's not like a normal. What is he? A commander? What is
Grand Admiral?
Grand Admiral. Okay.
Actually, what you're talking about right there is what there's the Legends Thrawn trilogy, which is the heir to the Empire. That doesn't count anymore. Then there's the Thrawn trilogy that just came out, I don't know, a couple years ago, which is 3 books. The first one's just called Thrawn. Then there's, the heck is the second one called? I can't remember what they're called. They all have Thrawn as like the main title. That's basically what those books are all about. Is it's how he's coming to the Empire and his goals and what he's trying to get from the Empire and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, cool. Interesting.
The first book is really good. The other 2 are declining in quality, you could say.
Okay. It's Thrawn and Thrawn alliances and Thrawn treason. So those are the 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, the first one was really good because it was like it kind of delves into his rise from leaving the Chiss, and you get some kind of cool post Order 66 like early Empire stuff, which I really like, and seeing his rise through the ranks. And then the second one is like they're bouncing back and forth between the future and the present, between him with Anakin, who he was with before he joined the Empire, and then with Darth Vader later. And so it's like bouncing back and forth, and it's okay. And then the last one was like they had to fight these weird aliens called the Grisk.
The Grisk.
Yeah, the Grisk is kind of, they're a looming threat in the background of all of the books. At least of those 3 books.
What are they? Who is their allegiance to?
They're the main enemy of the Chiss. So it's kind of like Thrawn goes out, joins the Empire because he thinks he can use the Empire against the Grisk.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second book is, I jokingly call it's a Thrawn Galaxy's Edge, because it all, like half the book takes place on Batuu.
Batuu.
Yeah.
And then the third one is tractor beams can be weapons too. If you've read the book, you get that joke.
I couldn't get into the Grisk being like a legitimate threat. Like they seem to be like, I don't know. I guess because their threat never really lasted very much beyond the book. It wasn't like, oh, well, they're going here and they're going to destroy this planet that we know. They're just kind of like chilling and they're like invisible, I think.
Of course.
Yeah, they're not really a threat, at least not yet, to the Empire. It's more, they're a threat to the Chiss.
Yeah. I was hoping they would be more along the lines of like the Yuuzhan Vong from the from the Legends, where they were like this like major galactic threat that was threatening the entire galaxy. Not that I've read any of the Yuuzhan Vong stuff. I just remember all my friends would talk about it when I was a kid.
Nice. So, do we have any idea what this novel is going to be about?
It's a prequel.
It's a prequel
It's a prequel to his first book.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's him with the Chiss.
It's him like in the academy and that kind of stuff, isn't it?
Oh,
I think
that's cool.
I think it's like him, how he became the crazy smart Grand Admiral that he is.
Yeah. So Thrawn, the teenage years.
Yes. Thrawn origins.
Thrawn adolescence. It'll be good. I'm looking forward to that. That's just about it, I guess, for our top story. Unless you guys have any other top stories you can think of.
No, it's been a little light on the news front.
Yeah. I mean, this is pretty heavy, though. That's pretty big to get Bad Batch and then the announcement of that Thrawn book all in like 1 week.
Yeah.
But as far as the Legion goes, there's not too much going on. But we do have some channel updates. And that's our channel update tone, R2D2. Basically, the updates are that we have sound effects and that we have
Yay.
we have some little jingles and stuff, and so we don't get to play the Legion news stakes. We don't have any, but we will next time. We're gonna have some more, so that's exciting. Trying to put a little pep in our step. Also, we got some squad projects that we're working on. I am in the process of printing Wayne's rotary cannon blaster. This has been going on for about 2 weeks now. I tried to get me I had a lot of these parts are printed flat, and when you try to print something flat and take it off of a print bed, if it's really low down to the bed, it's impossible to get off. I mean, you have to, it's impossible to get off. There's too much surface area on the bed and stuff. And so the first few prints that I had, it was not working out at all. And so I had to buy a special magnetic bed where I put down this adhesive that's a magnet, and then I have another flexible top that is magnetic as well, and it will obviously come off magnetically, and I can flex it and take off the pieces without it damaging anything. And I started on a few parts, and some of them were a little too flimsy. Some of them I hadn't figured out that the mat actually has to be oriented exactly right. You know how a magnet, if you hold it up, it won't exactly line up. It'll shoot to the sides and stuff like that. Well,
yeah,
this is the same way, where you have to, I mean, it's a square. If you put it on square, doesn't mean it's going to work right. And the first time I put it down, it's a low magnet. It's like not very strong, but if you twist it, it like locks down. The magnet is really strong. And I had it twisted the wrong way. And so when it printed and everything would shrink and cool off, it caused all the parts to warp. So a few of the parts that I made for Wayne warped, and they were not good enough to pass. So I don't blame you.
If all the pieces are flat, can you do it at like an angle or lift it up or something so it's not flat down on the bed?
You can, and what'll happen is it will print supports going up, because obviously if it's flat, you got to have all of it touching the plate. But if you don't have it touching the plate, anywhere that you don't have it touching, if it's 90 degrees, you've got to make some kind of support. And when you do that, you get a bunch of like flashing. If you're a model maker and you get a brand new model, you get these injected flashing kind of things, and you get the same thing with your supports. And so you have to sand it and clean it off really good. But I figured out how to get it to work. I oriented the mat properly, and so it magnetizes really strong, and none of the parts have been messed up yet. So I've gotten all straightened out. I'm 3/4 of the way through it. So that's a big project, but it's going to be really cool to see Wayne throw that bad boy together. You've already put some of the pieces together, right?
Every piece you gave me so far, I went ahead and put together.
A lot of them are too small or too big to actually print completely on the bed, so I had to break them up into little pieces.
So what I did was I went ahead and glued them all together, and then I took my soldering iron to them with the almost like a gardening hoe end with the flat, and I melted the seams together.
Nice.
And I'm gonna sand those down, and it'll be a lot more strengthened because it's glued, and then it's one piece right there on both. It'll actually be stronger than it was.
Yeah, you're essentially welding the two pieces together with the PLA that it's made out of, because the filament, the PLA, it has a very low melting point, so you can melt it at probably 150, 200 degrees. It's not that big of a difference on a machine. I guess in real life it's a big difference, but it's really not that hot. I mean, you can sit it outside on a hot day and it'll melt. So that's
the part that worries me about the 3D prints.
Yep. So what you got to think about is, I think the main thing is what color you're painting it. If you paint it white, you're fine. It's going to be reflected. The only way it's really gonna feel the heat is if, it's like sticking it in an oven or sticking it in a car where it's like 100 plus. That's where you're gonna have issues. But I think up to 100 degrees, where you're walking around outside, you got the wind and it's painted the right, it should be fine. But sitting it out on a hot sunny day, you can get a black printed piece and sit it out on your sidewalk, and it'll probably melt it in probably an hour, or at least,
especially in the crazy heat wave we've been having.
Yeah, right. It's just all over the place here. But yeah, so that technique
take that with me on really hot troops.
Yep, you're gonna basically be keeping in mind the temperature and stuff, and you can probably take it to the cons and stuff indoors, but the outdoor stuff you're probably not going to want to take it around anyways.
You're not going to want to take it because it's going to be heavy and awkward, and you're going to be hating life after about 20 minutes.
I don't know about heavy.
We got a table, don't we?
Yeah, it'll make a great prop just to look at.
Yeah,
really will. Seriously, it really will. It'll look so good because it's so to scale. It's just bad. It looks awesome. And I was about to say, that technique that you're using with the soldering iron stuff, that's something that the guy, Aaron Big Baby from what is now the Galactic Armory, that's one of his techniques. And I've never tried it. I've seen him do it every single time, but I've never tried it. And I've got a hot iron just for doing it, but I never got to that point. I always just filled it and sanded it instead of trying to do that. But I'm going to try to do that eventually. I'm sure it helps a lot. So yeah, how about you guys? Does anybody else got any projects they're working on at the house or?
Nothing yet, but this is what I plan on working on soon. Is I got these. These are resin Jedi pouches with a little thingy on the back. I don't know if the camera's picking it up here, but it's a pretty terrible paint job that's on these things.
Oh,
it needs to be sanded and repainted. Look at all that storage space. I mean, you could put like a key in there. That's
wow, you could put your lunchtime pills in there for when you have like a midday troop.
Yes. So
that's really cool.
Sand it down. I've got 3 of these. Well, 2 of this style, one of them.
Ooh, it's all hung up on attachments. Oh,
I just got an idea. If you wanted to make replicas of those, I have a vacuum form machine that can fit something like that. If you wanted to make multiple ones.
Why do you have a vacuum form machine?
Because I work in an Into lab.
This would be very, very, very difficult to vacuum form
Yeah.
because you've got these ridges here on the front and these hard angled sides, and it's ridges on the side.
Yeah,
Very difficult to vacuum form.
It's worth a shot. You should see the stuff that I do suck downs on. I do these. It's called a suck down. You do them on patients' dentures, so all their teeth. I have to make it form over all their teeth so they can put it on like a perfect cast. That is way bigger and would be a lot more difficult, but still something. If it's not that nice quality and you wanted to duplicate it, you could.
The quality's decent. It'll look better when I give it a better paint job.
Right.
It's a crummy paint job that's on here.
Right. It's awesome. I can't wait to see. And you got 3 of them. Is that how many you need for one belt?
The Obi-Wan's belt has 2 pouches like these. Technically, one should be big, one should be small. And then if I can reach it without knocking my camera over, he has this style, which this is also resin.
Oh.
Look at that. I could put like a business card in there.
Wow.
Maybe.
A pen.
I don't know about a pen. That you might be pushing it.
A golf pencil.
Yeah, a golf tee. How about that?
Yeah. And then there is one leather pouch that I need to I keep meaning to make a pattern and send it to John because it's a pretty simple, just a fold over pouch. I think he said he could try and make it.
Nice. Yeah, it's good to have people that can make things for you.
I don't mean to keep staring off to the side, but I'm messaging the guy that I'm getting my armor from.
And that helmet?
Yeah.
Nice.
A helmet.
I
He'll
hope to be ordering a Rebel pilot helmet here soon.
Oh, I want to be a Rebel pilot.
I have all the links. It is pretty easy.
It's just you gotta have that money.
Yeah, it's about Rebel pilot $500.
Oh, okay, cool. That's not as bad as I thought it'd be. I was gonna say 6 or 7 because I didn't know if like those vests were like $150 a piece or something.
They can be. Not if you go where I got them cheap.
That's not Wampa.
Wampa wear it's like $125, somewhere in that range. I got it through Costume Base. And it was like $35.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, if you put the two side by side, you would see a quality difference.
Yep.
But the one I have fits the bare minimum.
That's what I'm talking about. Bare minimum.
Yeah.
Just get me approved.
And the gloves you have for your reserve pilot and your boots would carry over because the same gloves, same boots.
Nice. Yeah, that's what I eventually want to get into. Is just I want to get to the point where I've got enough stuff that I can just have multiple.
Yeah, there's. I had it downloaded at one point, and I have to find it again. Somebody made a chart of all the different ways you can mix and match, like the officer, the crewman, all those pieces, and the gunner, and how they all mix and match. To be like a dozen different costumes.
That's brilliant. Yeah, that's the smart thing to do. And I'm trying to do that with I'm a a reserve TIE pilot. And to be a gunner, all I got to do is I need the helmet, and then I already have the chest piece and everything, so I'm already there. I just gotta finish that helmet.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll have this paid off tomorrow, and it will be shipped out tomorrow.
Yeah,
you were actually. But also tomorrow I'll be getting me some Velcro so I can put the visor and the headpiece in that.
That looks so good.
I've got tons of Velcro if you need it, Wayne.
Is it black?
Mm-hmm. I got black and white.
Black sticky?
Yep.
You'll see me tomorrow. Yeah, I put the hoses in yesterday. I left them loose, but they're not like, that's just so they'll turn and such. They don't wobble around like before. I think I got the color closer, and I took light sandpaper to this. So when you're up close, it really does look like brushed steel.
Oh, cool. I like that.
Cool.
Did that on these two, and I did these right this time. Notice how it stops there now. There's a defined line where it stops being silver and comes on down around being black. And I didn't cut these out this time.
You cut out the teeth?
The last time I did. This time I did not.
Wait, is that a brand new helmet?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were working on your old helmet.
That's the one Jason had, and I've had it here for 5 months built. And he was like, "Oh, I just bought another one."
What?
Okay.
What the heck? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you have 2?
Yeah. I've got my old one, the really heavy one, and then this one.
So is there a size difference?
No.
Okay. Because I know they have some TIE pilot helmets that are
They're way
humongo.
different.
Well, it's because
Oh,
you
yeah,
added
that's
all that
John's.
stuff to yours.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
got
you
the
can-
stuff. Yeah,
You can look at
protecting
my
the
TIE
bottom and
pilot
everything.
helmet.
Yeah, let's see it, Evan. Let's see that bobblehead.
No, his is way different.
He's got the first order.
What the
Yeah.
heck? When did you get that?
I've had
It's
this
been for a
forever.
long time.
What? Not the whole thing, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got the whole outfit.
What?
yeah, he got it all at once. He's
This is what I wore to the premiere in Hollywood.
Hold on. Take a drink.
Yeah, everybody take a drink.
Hollywood. That'll be your new nickname, Hollywood.
Yeah, I bought
Evan-
this from Frank. Frank had it. He was the guy in our group who just kind of like, he was like, I'm done. And then he sold all his costumes. And one day he was like, he messaged me and he's like, hey, I'm getting rid of this and we're the exact same size. Do you want to buy it off me? And I was like, yeah. Because I had actually been looking into one and there it is. That was it. I threw it on. I got approved the next day.
Ah, that makes me sick. Ah.
You are the third person to own that costume?
Yes.
I would be proud to own a hand-me-down.
It was
I have a lot of hand-me-downs actually.
BJ's, I think, first.
Yeah,
That's what
it
it was?
was. Yeah, because I had his 7-foot-tall flight suit that I sold. I have my most of my Boba Fett soft parts are from Frank as well. And then my AT-AT driver was a hand-me-down costume.
I love that one. That's so different.
Heather's Bo-Katan we bought that from someone already finished.
Oh, really?
My Kylo, yeah, it was somebody in like Quebec who sold it. And then my Kylo was basically done from Danny. I bought that. Yeah, I would say like half of my costumes were already built.
Yeah, you built the TK, you built Boba and her Veers.
No, that was a already finished
Okay.
kit as well. And then we built her Iden as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we built Wyden. That's
my Royal Guard, but you don't really build a Royal Guard. You just kind of like buy three
You
pieces.
just buy the 3 pieces.
Yeah.
The robe, the helmet, the staff, and the boots, right?
Yeah.
the
I
glove.
did my
Oh,
critic
gloves,
from
sorry.
scratch. But again, that's like 5 parts.
I didn't build my guard. Jen built my guard because I got all the stuff from you, but Jen redid the belt like so beautifully. I could have never done that.
Royal Guard has a belt
It's got
underneath.
Yeah, I would wrap it around myself and just tie it in the back like bunny ears. I'm like, whatever. No one's gonna
Oh
see it. I
no,
don't
no,
care.
she did it right. She took one look at the picture and was like, "No, we do this, and we do this, and we do this." When I got it back, I was like, "Oh my god, it's from the hat."
What do you see there, Paul? You look a little confused.
I noticed when I opened this up before, there was 2 screws inside, and then I looked at this, and there are 2 screws that came out of the hinges. So
So they conveniently landed inside of the pouch. That's nice.
I'm gonna have to fix that at some point.
I have spare screws in my toolbox in my car, and I was going to ask
the
you if
screws
it's
are there.
okay.
Yeah, you're probably going to have to fill in those holes with some wood putty or some shiz.
No. Take a toothpick, jam it in the hole, and then screw it in. The wood will spread out around without splitting anything.
I've heard of that before, yep.
These are resin.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The wood.
The wood
spread
is
out
soft,
without
yeah.
having to-
The wood will be
Bastard.
soft enough to fill it up.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. Make sure you get some mint flavored ones. So every time you open it up, you can get the nice
The holes
whiff.
are already there. It's just there's a couple screws missing. And
But are the holes stripped? That's what we're saying. And,
No.
and that may be why the screws came out.
there's the screws right there. So yeah.
It's a
I'll put
mystery.
It'll take like 5 minutes to fix.
All right. 5 whole minutes. Oh, and also talking about stuff we're working on. Dude, I can't even remember. Oh my gosh, I'm having.
Oh, I can show you one thing that Wayne did.
Yeah.
Hang on, I gotta grab it.
I remember what it's called now.
My robes should be here sometime this week, but
You're just Jedi robes, right?
yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So, it's a fun little E11.
Oh yeah.
And what Wayne added is on the back of the counter, there is now a decal. And on my camera, it's backwards. I'm assuming on the regular camera, it's going to show correctly.
It looks great.
Yeah, it's right.
But
Yeah.
it shows my TK number on the back.
That's so cool.
Is that accurate?
I don't know. You can never see the back.
Okay, cool. So it doesn't matter. It's not like something that was
it's an ammo counter anyway, so it's going to have some type of number on it.
cool.
Why not?
Yes, these pieces, it's called a Hanksler counter. I think it's from like 70s British phone service technology.
Ah, cool.
But yeah, what people have done is they've stuck things on the back there.
That's so cool.
Sweet.
Frank in Christiansburg, he made the decal and Wayne applied it.
Yeah, me and Frankie were talking about it, and he was like, well, sure, I can make vinyl of those. And I was like, well, here's the size. And he sent them to me. And it was the longest time I couldn't find them. And then when I had lost the antenna to the gunner helmet out in Paul's shed somewhere. And when I was pulling all the stuff out of bags and everything, it was like, oh, numbers. I found them. So hold on, I'll show you something.
Oh man. Blah, 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 blah. So while he's going to check that out, here he comes. Nope, he's coming back. He's walking back into the room.
And this is the reason why I say Wayne's going to hate that cannon, because this thing gets heavy.
Oh yeah.
Same troopers don't have holsters.
To the left. There you go.
That's so cool.
I love the shiny.
I've always got more ammo than Paul because I do.
Yeah, Paul's got that 4-digit number.
That's because some of us work for a living and actually are out there shooting the rebels, not on the cushy Death Star jobs.
There he is.
Them Jawas get out of line. You got to shoot them.
Yeah, put them in their place.
Shiny.
Looks really nice.
Yeah, check out the new buttons.
Oh,
Ooh.
dude, they look great.
Yeah, new
Super
buttons,
nice.
all new paint job, polished it up, all new logo. Put this in. I painted on the sides here so it doesn't look as rough as it did.
My 3D printed one is never going to look that good. Ever.
Yeah, it could.
I couldn't. The buttons are all 3D printed on there and stuff. I'm going to have to make something work. Before I forget, though, Eric got in touch with me and asked if I could print him something. It's not the first time, but he is interested in a RK3. If you guys are familiar with that.
Is that the little officer pistol?
Yep. It's actually the file that I ended up finding for him. It was a $10 file. It was advertised as a Thrawn blaster.
Okay, yeah, that's the one that Thrawn carries in Rebels.
Yes, and so that's what
I
he's.
wonder
looking
why
for.
he wants that.
I know why. His most recent approval, he can carry that, right?
Yeah, he can.
That would be sweet. So, which is the thing I love about people coming to me asking me, if I can do something like this, is that I get free files, and then I get to, print them after the fact. But
I remember when I came down to get the pieces for that Gatling gun. Gunner looked at me and he said, "I remember when you first came down," and I said, "Sure, I'll do it for a little bit of this." God, I wish I'd asked for money instead of a little bit of this.
That's all I got. Seriously, he did that in my face. But no, it was.
Give him a part.
It was kind of sad though, because I really wanted to have it all done for you, and I had done this mental calculation, and it was off, really off.
I was only a little disappointed.
Well, I'm just glad that you had something to work on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was going to ask Paul if it was okay if I swung by tomorrow to use the sander to just smooth those pieces out now that they're welded together.
Right. Yeah, I'm interested to see how all that holds up with
It'll be fine.
with or without support or reinforcement.
All right, remember when he drops the piece, when he's putting it all together and it immediately comes apart and he has to glue it back together again?
Mm-hmm.
I threw that thing across the room 3 times. It's fine.
Nice. Yeah, I remember that in the video. He did drop it. He's like, oh, well.
Yeah, he's like there. He's just on a table. It just slides off the top and it immediately comes apart into 2 pieces. Yeah,
you can get
I threw mine across the room.
Yeah,
those bottom pieces too. I went ahead and welded them together. I was flipping them up in the air and letting them land, and no, it's fine.
Yeah. The PLA, as long as it's like a material where if you drop like some type of solvent or chemical on it, it like turns into like, almost like a sludge. So it will bond chemically really well with like cyanoacrylate and all that good stuff. Works pretty well. But if you use just a little bit, it can break apart. But yeah, so that's another little project that I'll be printing on after this. I still got to print your blaster. I haven't forgotten about you, Paul.
Okay.
And the wrongdoings.
You printed Paul's, then you stole Paul.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I want one.
I'll
take this one.
I would gladly just hand you this one, but because I've kind of lost the sentimental, love for it. It was more about making that video and all that, but now I could hand it to you. But I don't know. I don't think you would like it. I think you want to do it yourself.
You've already painted it. You've already made it your own.
Exactly. Well, I just feel like you want to do it your own way.
Well,
I
am literally in no rush because
that's the only reason I haven't jumped on it.
Nothing is happening.
Yeah. That's the only reason I haven't jumped on it is because you've been nice about it. And you say, well, it's no rush. Wayne's like, I want my parts by Friday.
Far from it.
No, he wasn't at all.
By Friday, I swung by Saturday.
That's right. No, it was Wayne has been a great sport. No, like I said, I wish I had more of it printed for him because
I haven't.
I like to see him go. I like to give him stuff and watch him go.
I haven't been working on anything. I've been terrible. Like I have all the time in the world to do it, and there's no urgency because there's nothing to do with things. So the armor helmet has just been sitting upstairs in 4 pieces. I haven't even welded it together yet.
I've been working on the clone for months, and like 2 weeks ago, I finally got like everything done. I had gotten the belt clips and I gotten all that stuff, and then all I have to do now is go back and weather it. And I have just been so stinking busy with work and doing everything, running around, that I just haven't had time. But it's silly because all I got to do is this one last thing, and then I got to just take those pictures, try to get approval, and I can finally get it. But that's just how it is.
Yeah, it's like, what's the point? Might as well just sit on it.
I really do.
At some point, if you want, like on a weekend, if you want to sit out in your garage, and you sit at one end of the table, I sit at the other end of the table, we can put that together, and I can bring my soldering iron, and we can weld it together, sand it, and paint it.
The whole entire the rotary?
That helmet.
What helmet?
The armor helmet.
The armor helmet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally wasn't listening. I didn't even. You're talking to Evan.
Get pretty good at this PLA and how it goes together and how it works and everything.
Cool.
It's not taking me long at all. I got the parts from him. What time did I leave your house? About 5:30?
I don't even think it was that late, but yeah, it was something like that. No, yeah, it was about 5:30. Yeah.
Yeah, it was about 5:30. I came home, ate dinner, and had everything put together and ready for sanding by 7:30.
Yep. Dude, once you start printing this stuff and you realize the power that you have, it just never stops.
You start down the 3D printed path.
So that's honestly, Wayne, that is how I was introduced to it, is that I was like, well, I want a cheaper version of something that I can make myself. And so I was like, oh, there's a 3D printed version. I started working with it and I was like, oh, I love the way I can manipulate and do this and do that and start with something and then end with something else. And that's what got me like, oh, I got to get a printer now and do this myself. So Wayne, you might be next. I thought it was going to be Evan, but I guess not. He just bought him a virtual reality goggle. So
What do you mean I may be next?
What's that?
What do you mean I may be next?
You are going to be the next 3D printer.
Oh,
man. Yes.
Are you threatening me?
It is next. It is. It's a threat.
Hey,
don't you put that on me?
I'll get one when Apple makes them, so that they can like simplify the interface and not have to be like, oh, well, the file does this, but you actually have to do all these extra steps they don't tell you about to get it to come out right.
I'm going to tell you, I've been working with this brand new freaking Mac, and it's nothing simple about it, okay? It's not Windows, man. It's not simple. It's not simple.
I guarantee you, if Apple did a 3D printer, the printer itself would be really cheap and it'd have a big green button that just says done.
Yeah.
But the files would be 4 times the price.
Oh yeah, they'd be crazy expensive. It would cost $10,000, but a monkey could use it.
Yeah. Yeah. Me, I could use it. I've learned so much just from fooling around with it. So stuff that I shouldn't know, but I'm glad I do now, and it's awesome. It's the best.
And there was one other project we started last night. Last night we finished cutting out the patterns for the Jedi robes. So the patterns are all cut out.
Nice.
And so I'm gently nudging Jen along. It's like, do you want to do some sewing tonight? You want to do some sewing tonight?
So you said,
hey, tell her there's a little bit of this in it for her. Don't offer money.
When you say robes, do you mean one robe, or is this multiple robes?
No, this is the whole thing.
It's layers.
Right. So is she
it is
working on the
costume.
robes, or is she working on the tunic? Is she working on the...
we are making we have to remake the under tunic, which is basically just a collar. It's a dicky. Then we have to make the tunic, the tabards, and the obi sash.
Obi sash.
Yeah.
Okay, Evan, here's the most exciting part. Paul, what are you doing with the old one?
Oh, we're going to burn it up and make it look like it's from Mustafar.
Yeah. Soldering iron?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to dirty it up. There are some holes in it.
Actually, if you want to burn holes in clothes, there you go, right there.
Wow.
I have to find the tabards because we pulled it out last night to look at how we made the other one, and the tabards are gone. I'm like, what do we do with the tabards? We don't know.
What the hell is a tabard?
Weren't they too wide?
Tabards, but she cut them down and redid them so they were about the right size, but there was also like now a big fat seam running down the side. So they're
tabards are like the thing you wear when you graduate valedictorian in college or in high school.
The tabards are the pieces of fabric that run over the shoulders. They kind of follow in a V and come down to your waist.
It's like Darth Vader's A New Hope costume where he had the two.
They come over the top of the chest armor.
And then, it does come over the chest armor. Yeah.
Yeah, and A New Hope
was samurai looking.
On you, they come down like a V. On me, they come down like a U. Rounded at the bottom.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, okay, we got some Disney Plus news. Solo is finally home. It's finally on Disney Plus, so you don't have to run around on Netflix looking for Solo. You're watching all of them.
Watch the disc. I got it day one.
Yeah, I only ever watch the disc. I don't stream it because I'm like, I got the disc. Why wouldn't I use it?
I have go ahead.
Bought them all. I bought them all. I only watch them on Disney Plus.
That's me.
He gets me, and I'm like, which one do I want to see? And so now I've got all the Star Wars movies, all of them, including Rogue One and Solo. So you want to resume watching? I don't remember where it was.
Yeah. No, that's exactly how it is. No, yeah. I don't know what I was about to say there, but I guess
Sorry.
I had all of mine. I had the VHSs. I still have all the VHSs, which is just the original trilogy. And then I got a bunch of individual DVDs of like all of them. And then I also got the prequel original trilogy DVD compilation. Then they came out with the Blu-ray version of the original trilogy and the prequels. Now, I have not bought anything since. I've just been watching everything on Disney Plus.
That's cute. I think on my last count, I have 9 copies of A New Hope.
Yeah, I think by my count, I only have 3 or 4.
we have our original bootleg VHS that we copied off a friend. That tape eventually died, so we had to actually buy it. And then there was the 1994 THX redo. There was a 97 special edition. There was the 2004 DVD. There was the 2005 DVD that was the exact same thing, but it came with the bonus disc that was the theatrical version. So there's also that. Then there was the Blu-ray, and then there was the fan edit that I downloaded a copy of, the revisited. I forget what he called those.
Yeah, the Adawan.
Yeah, the Adawan. Yeah. It's fun to watch every now and then.
I enjoy it. I like what he did with it.
What's different about it?
He touched up some of the effects and he redid some of the scenes, like the scene between Obi-Wan and Vader. He lengthens it, he speeds it up a little bit, he flips some of the shots so it's a little bit longer and it looks different.
For part of it, it works. He added the music from episode 3 when they're fighting, which in parts of it works, but when they cut away from the fight to like Han and Luke and Leia, it doesn't work as well.
Mm.
But I'll tell you what does work: the final attack on the Death Star. When they say about 30 fighters coming in, he put in about 30 fighters that are coming in, and he CG'd them in, and it looks awesome. And it builds with a sense of urgency that, oh my God, they've got 30 people against their 15.
Yeah, he added, like when they say like fighters incoming, he added a shot of the TIE fighters coming in. Looks pretty cool.
Nice.
And there's more shots. He edited the battle a little bit more, so you kind of feel like more of the Rebel pilots are getting picked off.
Yeah.
More dramatic, it sounds like.
Yeah. And there's little technical fixes all throughout the movie, little continuity errors.
He did a really good job. I still haven't seen his Empire Strikes Back, though.
I haven't seen Empire or Jedi. Those he was going like crazy, like he's filming new scenes to put in the movie.
Yeah, Empire took, year and 6 months?
It was A New Hope came out like around the time of the 30th anniversary, so it was like 2007, 2008. And he's like, yeah, I'll have the Empire one by the 30th anniversary in 2010. And like 2012, it hadn't come out yet.
Yeah.
He may have bitten off more than he could chew. So,
nice legs.
But you know what surprised me is Paul does not own the Ewok movies or the holiday special.
I have the holiday special.
Okay, I didn't know if you did or not. Okay,
I copied it for you.
Well, I should go.
That's where your first copy came from.
Is it?
How dare you?
DVD copy.
I guess you did do that. That's right.
Yeah, because I bought it off eBay.
That's right, and then you burned it
years and years ago, before YouTube was a thing.
Now, don't I feel sheepish?
I still never seen it.
You have to sit through and watch it. At least
wait, the Christmas special you never seen?
Oh my God,
it's so bad. And then the Ewok movies. I remember watching.
Let me bring it over though, because I've got the perfect companion to it that makes it completely watchable.
Riff Tracks did a commentary for it. It's pretty great.
Oh, it's so awesome.
So it's like a science.
Mystery Science Theater.
It's mysteries, yeah.
But they even rip on the commercials.
Wow, that's pretty good. I remember seeing the Ewok movie when I was a kid and not knowing that it was at all related to Star Wars. And then as an adult, I was like, oh yeah, that little blonde-haired curly girl running around in the woods with the Ewoks. They were Ewoks. Took me forever to realize that.
Do you mean curly blonde, or was she a curly girl?
Curly blonde-haired little girl. She looked like Shirley Temple.
Okay.
And
When you
her
said
brother.
curly girl, I'm thinking. Creepy.
No, not like that. Yeah, no, but I think that's all really got here today, guys. You guys have any recommendations or anything you want to add?
Since we're talking about Disney Plus,
Yeah.
I would assume by now everybody's at least watched Clone Wars. If you haven't watched it, watch Rebels. If you've watched Clone Wars and Rebels, watch the Lego Freemaker Adventures.
Whoa.
I tried.
It is for a younger audience, but it's fun. It's not, they call it canon adjacent.
Canon adjacent, yes.
Because it's all
The proper
they're
terminology.
They're Lego figures, so it's all Lego stuff. But it's a lot of fun, and it has, if you're an Aqua Teen Hunger Force fan, Dana Snyder, who was Master Shake, plays a Hutt, and he is my favorite Hutt. He is the best Hutt.
All right, I hadn't seen that part yet. Maybe I will watch it to get to
Yeah,
that.
there's 2 seasons and a couple of specials. The Lego Star Wars stuff is just fun. It's just ridiculous amounts of fun.
I'll tell you now, the side Hutts are the best.
Man. Great show, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I was gonna say, and I can't remember what I was gonna say. Shucks. But I was gonna say Jedi Temple Challenge. Isn't that what it's called?
Yes.
Yes, I did watch a couple episodes of that. That was really cool. Oh my god! And then you after like 1 or 2 episodes, you start to realize like, okay, you can tell which kids are gonna make it and which kids aren't. It's like if you're not one of the taller kids, you're screwed. if you're like
first challenge, you're not going to make it.
You're not gonna make it through. They basically weed you out. Like, all right, too short to be a Jedi. That's like the main thing I got from that show is that you don't want to be short. But
how tall is Mark Hamill? Like 5'3"?
No, he's got to be taller than 5'3".
He's 5'9", 5'10", something like that.
He's like an
Hey
average.
Siri,
Too short to be
how
a
tall is
stormtrooper.
Mark Hamill?
Here's an answer from you.com. Hamill is 5 feet 9 inches.
Okay.
Paul.
Thought he was shorter than that.
Yep. Paul knows.
Paul did a lot of research on stormtroopers.
Specifically the one that was too short. Let's see. And I think that's it, guys. So if we don't have anything else to recommend, we can conclude here. You guys can find us on, I guess you can, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasting, on YouTube, obviously, and then you've got the Instagram, which is the Serenno Squad, right? We have our own Instagram, or is it the Terracing guy?
It's 501st, or is it
Garrison
like?
Tyrannus.
I think it's like 501st Garrison Tyrannus Serenno Squad or something. It's got all the words in it.
Is there more than one? I think we've got.
There's a Garrison Tyrannus page, which I think is just 501st Garrison Tyrannus.
Yeah.
Serenno Squad, I think, is 501st Serenno Squad.
Okay,
Okay.
it's just 501st Serenno Squad.
That's
I
the
couldn't
one
remember if it was.
that you got, right, Evan? That you're running.
I run the main Garrison Tyrannus page.
Oh, see, I did not know that. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, I figured that out.
95% of what happens on the Serenno Squad page, or it doesn't because I'm really lazy and nothing's happening, is me.
Yeah, I
Perfect.
just don't know what to post. Like, I want to post more, and it's just like, I mean, I got approvals to post every so often. Like, I just posted 2 approvals, but other than that, it's like, just share sometimes what the 501st page shared. Like today, sadly, Grant Imahara died.
Yeah,
So I
I
posted that.
shared that.
That's
I shared
horrible.
that.
Yeah.
That is crazy. People dying now that ain't ever died before. Ain't that something?
Wow, words of wisdom.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's
But
a terrible shame when someone dies who hasn't died before.
sorry, I hang around old people. So
Not for long,
That doesn't
apparently.
that doesn't make any more sense.
yeah. Well, you ask them. They'll tell you. But I think that's it for today, guys. So I want to thank you all for coming on. Thank you guys for listening. And until next time, everybody, have a great week. See you later.
See ya.
Bye.